Today I wanted to do a video that I've seen floating around my subscription feed. It's the half high-end, half affordable comparison face, and I had so many amazing products I wanted to share with you guys that are really great affordable dupes to the high-end versions. So I've done like a comparison tutorial throughout this video, and if you're watching this in the first 24 hours that the video goes up, make sure to head on over to my Snapchat because there is an amazing beauty giveaway going on my Snapchat. My username is amelia.liana. Also, if you're new here, I upload videos twice a week, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of them. There's a big subscribe button on the screen right now, and it will be linked down below as well. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. My high-end luxury side is going to be on the left, and the drugstore side is going to be on the right. First, I'm going to start with my By Terry foundation. This is a super pricey foundation, but it's really great, especially if you have any blemishes or acne or anything like that. It covers really beautifully, and it also looks really seamless on the skin. For my drugstore foundation, I'm using a favorite of mine, L'Oreal True Match. I've loved this for years and years and years. You guys know I love the longevity of it. I love the natural finish that it gives. I love how buildable it is as well. You can see the L'Oreal True Match. I use the shade N5, but it has a slightly red undertone, whereas the By Terry is slightly more yellow, so it kind of blends with my skin a tiny bit better. But pretty much that's the only difference. And throughout the day, I honestly couldn't even tell you which side was which. For concealer, you guys know I love my NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. Nothing really has beaten this for me for the past like year and a half. It's so high coverage, it's really blendable, and it lasts really long on the skin as well. I always apply this with my beauty blender or with a brush. My beauty blender is my favorite way to apply it because I feel like it just adds the longevity, that like extra touch. Now, the color range of the Maybelline Fit Me concealer isn't as bright or as white as I normally like under my eyes. It's not as full coverage initially as the NARS concealer, but it is really buildable. I also want to add that it feels much more lightweight underneath the eyes than the NARS one does though. For setting powder, I always like something really translucent. I love the Chanel Le Beige, but I honestly don't think you need to use anything this luxury as a setting powder. You guys can see it just kind of like takes the shine down a little bit. And one that's more translucent, the Chanel one has like a tiny bit of color, but this one's more translucent. It's the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. This one actually mattifies a little bit more than the Chanel one does. I love face palettes. I'm going to be using two today. One is from By Terry. This is a super luxury palette that I can't even open apparently. So I'm going to use the bronzer shade first. That's like the bottom one on the right, and just use that, sweeping that into my cheeks. I'm going to use a Charlotte Tilbury brush to apply this because I have two of them, so I feel like that's fair using both on each side in the different products. Then I'm going to go in with the pinky blush shade just above where I applied the bronzer. And then lastly, for By Terry, I use the highlight shade in the palette, which is like a super golden shimmery shade. It's really pigmented. Now, in terms of coloring, this Maybelline Master Contour palette has a really similar color palette to the products from By Terry that I'm using. There's a really warm bronzer, which I'm using now. These ones take a little more effort to blend than the By Terry ones, but the result is pretty much the same. The one difference is with the Maybelline palette is that the highlight is not as pigmented or as poppin' as the By Terry one, but it is quite buildable, but it's way more subtle even when you build it. I always start by priming my eyes. You guys know the drill with my sticky notes and everything. I'm going to use my Sigma eyeshadow base as my luxury primer, and I'm going to use my L'Oreal Color Riche stick on the other side. I prefer kind of applying it with my finger for some reason, eyeshadow primer, because I end up blending out the stick with my finger anyway, but that's just a personal preference. Here are some amazing eyeshadow palettes. I've been dying to share this drugstore dupe with you guys. So for my luxury one, I'm going to use this Too Faced palette. I'm going to start by taking a matte shade in my crease and then blending that out. I tried to pick shades from the palette that were quite similar to each other, so then I just used the golden shade from the Too Faced palette all over my lid and making sure to stay below the crease. Blend that out again, and then take a pencil brush on the darker shade in the palette and use that to define my crease even more. I quite like the whole cut crease look right now. I take that from the outer corner of my eye all the way into the inner corner of my eye. And then I finish off with the matte vanilla shade just dusted underneath my brow. I pretty much do the same on the other side, but with this amazing, amazing, amazing NYX palette. As soon as I saw this, I squealed because it's such a me palette. It's super, super neutral. I'm starting off again with the matte shade in my crease, the gold shade on the lid. These eyeshadows are just as blendable as the Too Faced ones. They're not as pigmented as you can see, but you can really build them up. The shades that corresponded to each other were slightly more warmer in the NYX palette, so you can see they kind of have a hint of purple in them. Using my Kat Von D liner. Now the dupe here is even better than the original, which is why I'm so excited to share it with you. I love the Kat Von D liner, but if you can get the hang of this nib of the next one, it is so, so, so much better to do a winged liner with. This is the LA Girl Fine Line. Now this is blacker than black, and it is super, super, super long lasting. I absolutely love it. It is so, so, so awesome. I love how precise the nib is as well, so if you want a really thin line, you can get that too. For mascara, it won't come as a surprise. My favorite is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, but a really great dupe I've seen recently is the L'Oreal new Hippie mascara. Personally, I prefer more of a kind of plastic brush, like something like this L'Oreal Sculpt mascara. I way prefer that one to this one, but if you're more into like bristle brushes and you're looking for a really good waterproof formula, then look this way. Okay, look at me kissing the freaking eyelashes. I mean, what kind of a freak am I? But seriously, I love these Ardell Demi Wispy lashes. You guys have seen them so many times. I thought I'd show you a more luxury pair of lashes. These are from Esqido or Esqido. I'm not actually sure how you say it, but their eyelash glue is awesome. They stay on all day and night. I'll leave all the details of everything linked below as well. And then lastly, to finish off the eyes, I'm using a brown shimmery shade all along my lower lash line. These two shades, you can see again, the NYX one is slightly more pinky red toned, but I feel like once you kind of get the whole look together, you don't really notice that much. It's just if you're being like really nitpicky. For eyeliner, it does not get better than the Urban Decay 24/7 Velvet Liner. My nib actually fell out of this one, and I'm just applying that on my upper waterline. But this is a really big but here, guys. The LA Girl Gel Liner is literally unbelievable. It's so creamy. It's the best gel liner from the drugstore I have ever found. For brows, I'm loving the new Benefit brow products. This has a really fine nib. It's the Precisely My Brow pencil. It's a really good shade match for me as well. It's like a nice warm color. But the NYX, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Micro Brow. Oh my gosh, this is so good. The nib is just as fine. It has a brush on the other end, just like the Benefit one does. Such a good dupe. What a surprise, me using the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat and Pillow Talk. So I'm going to use half of that on my lips, and then the other half I'm using this Maybelline COLORsensational lip liner. It's the shade 132. It's slightly lighter than the Charlotte Tilbury one, but I thought I'd let you guys know of another dupe in case you can't get hold of the Rimmel lip liner that I always bang on about, but I'll link that one below as well. For lips, I am so excited that I have found a dupe of this Tom Ford lipstick because it's super luxurious, it's horrendously expensive. I think it's around £35 and it's such a beautiful color. You guys can see now it's just like a really gorgeous creamy nude, and Rimmel have recently brought out a new collection with Kate Moss. They do collections every now and then, but this is a new shade. It's the shade 55 and it's practically identical to the Tom Ford one. It's probably a tiny touch simpler, pinker I meant, but you can hardly tell when they're on the lips together. I just want to let you guys know that by the end of the day with this makeup look, I could hardly tell the difference what was applied where, especially with the eyeshadow. The only thing that faded significantly was the NYX blush, but blush tends to fade on me anyway. So that's everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did, and let me know your favorite drugstore dupe in the comments down below, and I will see you in a couple of days' time for another video. Bye guys!